What's up, beautiful people? I am LaRae Easterwood, father, realtor, entrepreneur. Definitely appreciate you guys coming back and joining me for another edition of Fridays for Fathers. Honored to have my guest for this week, a man I've known actually, for a long time. Me and him go way back. We just happened to run into each other and catch up with each other recently. And we had a talk the other day, and he just told me a little bit about what he had going on, and it really touched me. This guy's really an inspiration, you know what I'm saying? So, but nobody can say it better than he can. I want to go ahead and introduce my guy, Randall Pulley. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro?
Good.
Appreciate
man.
you having me on,
I'm happy to be here, man, and I'm glad you're here. But let's start out first, why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself and, let us know what you got going on.
Like I said, my name is Randall Pulley. I am Kansas City, Kansas, born and raised. I am primarily a father. That's my most important job.
Right.
Secondly, I'm a husband. I've been married for 18 years, been together for 22. So
nice.
It's been a long haul. It's been wonderful.
Man, it's a beautiful thing, man. When you can see couples, stay together like that, so that's definitely a beautiful thing. And what do you do right now?
I own a digital marketing firm called Lever Digital. We've been around since 2004, so we're coming up on our 15-year anniversary, which I'm really excited for.
Nice.
We do digital marketing of all kinds, so basically helping small businesses grow to reach their goals.
Nice.
So social media, advertising, web development, e-commerce, video production, the whole nine.
Nice. And a lot of people need help with that. We were talking about that the other day. Obviously, being an entrepreneur myself, we were talking about how, it helps that when somebody else takes that focus and we can focus on what we do and bettering ourselves in our career, chosen field. So that's an amazing thing that you do that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can benefit from that, from somebody helping them out with that. I want to get to the reason why we're here is obviously, like you kind of pointed out, you're an amazing father, of course.
Yeah, I appreciate
I appreciate you for being a good father, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, like I've said this in some of my past videos, I grew up without a father. So, if anybody understands the importance of having your father in your life, it's me. Which is part of the reason why I am the way I am with my daughter. There is something that you shared with me the other day, which I thought was pretty profound. You want to go ahead and tell them what we're talking about?
For the last 3 years, almost 3 years and a couple of months, I was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. And it's a pretty rare one. It's called, it's a CTCL, cutaneous T-cell lymphoma, mycosis fungoides specialty, I guess.
Wow.
But yeah, it's pretty rare. And I exhibit the symptoms from that particular cancer, but I also have other things that are not really fitting into that puzzle.
Right. Now, what's some of those symptoms? Because we were talking about that. I thought it was amazing how some of these symptoms you described to me, how you carry about your day in and day out activities, dealing with what you deal with.
It can be. Some days are really tough. I mean, it starts with debilitating headaches, fatigue that just puts you on your back. I have lymphatic swelling throughout my body. And that's one of those things. Like, imagine somebody taking a metal pipe and just hitting you in all of your your spots.
Right.
Yeah. Man, it is a painful thing to deal with. So it's that the swelling. Like I said, my arms and legs can swell up to pretty big size. There's a time I had an orange or a grapefruit growing out of my leg here. And it's just crazy. So you never know what's going to happen. But over the last 3 years, I've gotten pretty used to what's coming. My immunity is really low most of the time, and my blood count kind of goes up and down. So I can tell if I'm feeling really tired. I can tell that my immunity is going to be low, so I need to stay away from people who wear no mask and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, it presents challenges in both my entrepreneurial life and parenting. There's kids are kids. He comes home with everything that that's running around at the preschool. And that's been one of my hardest challenges. Is your son runs up to you like, "Hey, Daddy, how you doing?"
And you're just not feeling it because you just
I can't. My immunity is like that could literally take me out.
Right.
So I have to be very careful on how I interact with them. But man, that's one of the hardest things.
And that's what's amazing too. Like, obviously dealing with something like that, like we were discussing, I couldn't imagine dealing with anything like that. And I think a lot of people take our health for granted, like our day in, day out activities. You know, people, you know, maybe not feel like going to work. People may not, you know, oh, my leg hurts, or, you know, I feel sick, or my head hurts, or whatever. And, you know, I think a lot of us take our health for granted.
Right.
You know, and like you kind of mentioned, you did too until this happened, right?
Like I was out there doing whatever, man.
Right.
I wouldn't get my sleep. I wouldn't eat right. I wasn't working out like I was supposed to. I was just taking my just God-given health for granted.
Right.
And boom, like that.
Yeah.
It was gone.
Right.
You know, and I had to, like those days when I can get up and not think about, oh man, I felt pretty good today. Like that's a blessing.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And that's how most people just go.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I was saying. I don't think a lot of people understand how blessed they are. You know what I'm saying? Not to put myself in that category too, but you know, like I said, I think a lot of people take their health for granted. And you don't have any. You have an excuse. You have a built-in excuse, but yet you don't utilize it. Like we were talking the other day about how you continue to get up and be a dad, and you know, despite your pain, you know, despite the headaches, and you still go to work and you do what you do, and you know, be a husband and do your, you know, your family thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's just amazing. Seriously.
But you know, man, I think the key to it is that I can't look at it like an excuse. You know,
right.
There were. Don't get me wrong. I've had moments where I've looked at myself and been like, man, I don't feel it. I can't. Right. But there's a purpose in everything. You know, whatever God has to manifest through this in my life, in my son's life, my wife's life, with somebody, there's a purpose for it.
Right.
So I have to get up and I have to walk it. You know, God gave me the strength. Right. He put me through everything I went through before this to make me strong enough to deal with it.
Right.
You know, there are people that are like, how can you, you know, how do you? Because this is how I was built. You know, like I was built for this. Yeah. So, you know, I try to, and again, it's not every day. There's days when I'm just, you know, but most of the time, man, my mindset is that there's a reason for it. You know, there's somebody that's supposed to get a message, somebody that's supposed to get a smile. If this is it, and cancer is our death sentence, why would we just, you know, waddle off into it like that? Let's take advantage of these moments we still have. This is still here. We're still alive. We're still kicking. Right. So take it. You know. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've been blessed to impart to my son is that he sees me on those rough days. You know, I'll be laying down and he'll just come up and he'll just put his hand on my head. He'll pray for me. And just be like, Daddy, I want you to feel better. Wow. I'm like, dude, that's like, my S pops out on my chest. I'm like, I can do anything. When I got this little guy here who's pure and innocent, doesn't understand any of this. But he still has the faculties to come and lay something that heavy. You know, he cares that much, and it's amazing. But he perseveres, and he's seen that lesson through this experience. So if there's anything that I want him to get from all of this is that there's nothing in the world that's stronger than what's inside. He can do whatever he wants. Like that's one of our sayings every night. We say, I ask, what's your name? Randall Pulley. What does that mean? I can do anything. You know, I want him to believe that no matter what is in front of him, because that's how life is.
I mean, that's just an amazing story you gave us, you know, and like I said, you're definitely inspiration. Appreciate you for being the dad you are. Appreciate you for a beacon of hope for people, you know, and bringing that fire to those people that are otherwise depressed, you know what I mean? So definitely appreciate you, man, and proud of you, man, for real. Seriously.
I appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that's Randall Pulley. How can they get a hold of you, your company?
Yeah, you can reach me on Facebook, Randall Pulley, Facebook/Randall Pulley. Company is Lever Digital, Facebook/Lever Digital, Twitter, Instagram.
All right, so that was the latest edition of Fridays for Fathers. Big shout out and thank you to Randall Pulley for opening up and sharing his story and, you know, being the dad that he is, especially considering the circumstances. I mean, you saw the rare disease he's dealing with, you know, just couldn't imagine doing what he's doing and going through what he's going through, but he's persevering and pushing through and actually has a message out of it for all of us. So definitely thank you to him. Also, thank you to all the other fathers out there. Appreciate you guys. And shout out to 1KC Radio. That's the studio I was in. So you can follow them at 1kcradio.org. Also, they're on 100.1 FM. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, there'll be other videos coming out. So you dads, thanks for everything you do. See my little helper right here. And as you probably saw in the video, stylist as well. I'm still traumatized by that, but you gonna say hi? Hi. All right, thanks again for watching. See you guys next week.